In this video, we're going over the 5 best ways to improve your football IQ. Hey, what's up guys? It's Dave here from Simplysoccer, where we're helping you to improve your game and stand out on the pitch. On this channel, we release weekly soccer tip, training, and technique videos, all designed to help you do that. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell icon as well so you don't miss any new videos that we've released. Now today we're going to be talking about football IQ, or basically football intelligence, and this is something all of the best players in the world have and would fail to be some of the best players in the world if they didn't have this. Because you can have all the skill, the ability, the talent, that's available out there, but the thing is, if you don't know what to do in certain situations, if you don't make the right decisions in those pressure moments or just regular moments in a match, it doesn't really matter how much skill or talent you have. So the number one way to improve your football IQ is to watch high-level games. Nothing is going to expose you to players who have high IQ in soccer than watching them play. Now, something I like to do is pick the position I play in and really study that player while the game is going on. Things like, what intelligent runs are they making? What plays are they making? What are they tending to do and what are they tending not to do? Because sometimes they will avoid certain things so they don't make mistakes or do things that end up not contributing to the team. So watch a lot of high-level matches and don't just watch them, actually be focusing on what's going on. It's one thing to passively watch a match, it's another thing to really focus in the moment on the match, on what's going on. It really is something completely different to be not just following the ball and following a certain player and seeing what they do off the ball and seeing what they do when they receive the ball. You can ask yourself, what mistakes did they make? What did they do right in that situation? Why did they make that decision? Okay, number 2 is to watch individual highlights or breakdown videos. Now, watching individual highlights of a player is an absolutely great way to learn more soccer IQ, but I'm not talking about a compilation video. Now, you can watch, for example, Neymar's best skills of 2016 or Ronaldo's best plays of 2017 or all those compilations you see just all through YouTube. But these will not be that beneficial to you because they're usually only going to show you the notable highlights or the cool things that that player did that season. Instead, what you can do is name the player you want to study and then type in versus. After that, you will see a lot of results come up about like Ronaldo versus this team, or Neymar versus this team, or Messi versus this team, or whatever. And what this is going to do is show you every single touch and moment or play that player was involved in during that game. I think this is very important because you have to realize, one, these players are not superhuman, they make mistakes, and that's important to recognize. But two, you're going to see more than just when they beat someone one-on-one or they score a goal. You're going to see the build up to that. You're going to see when they don't take the player on. You're going to see the things that aren't as glamorous but are necessary if you want to develop a high football IQ. Another great way to train your brain, train your soccer IQ, is to watch breakdown videos. Now, you can find these all over YouTube, where channels will follow a player and break down what they're doing as they're doing it. And I really love these videos because it's more than just blindly or passively watching a player do something. It breaks down why that player made that run or why he didn't make this run. It'll break down why he decided to pass here instead of that more obvious pass over here. Now, one of the best ways, I think, or one of the best programs out there that has this in it is Train Effective's Game Brain, which is included in the program. And if that's something you want to take a closer look at, I highly recommend it because they have a ton of Game Brain videos that are just like this, where they have professional coaches from teams like Chelsea, Stoke, and others break down certain players in certain moments, why they did certain things, and what they did well and what they could have done better. Number 3 is match experience. We can't skip this one. It may be obvious, but it has to be mentioned. The more you play and the more you learn from your matches that you play in, the higher your soccer IQ is going to become. Because when you recognize, mistakes you're making over and over again, or when you recognize certain patterns happening throughout the match, it's going to get easier to identify those same things in future matches. Now, one thing that's really important is you keep track of the games you play by analyzing them. I just talked about how Train Effective has the game brain, and there's other things on YouTube that analyze matches. You should be analyzing your own matches. One thing I love to do is when I have a match, I'll post it for you guys, me analyzing the match. And there's two reasons I love those videos. One, because it gives you guys an insight into what's going on, just beyond what you see on screen. But it also gives me more of an insight because I get a closer examination of my mistakes, what I did well, and things I could have done differently. So make sure you're examining your own matches and analyzing them, and you can do this simply by journaling. You don't need to have footage of the match, but make sure you reflect upon your matches so you can be aware of where your mistakes are, what you could have done differently in certain situations, or just general things you can learn from the matches you've played. And of course, the more matches you play, the more of them you can analyze and learn from. Next one is not absolutely required, but I think it is such a useful tool to help players develop their soccer IQ, and that is visualization. You can use visualization to prepare for your matches or to see positive outcomes for happening for you, and there's a lot of research that backs visualization and its effectiveness on athletes. In fact, they've done studies on Olympic athletes and how visualization helped them to perform better. When studies like that come out, I want to pay attention and I want to be doing the same thing for myself. So definitely be using visualization to your advantage so that you can improve your soccer IQ through visualization. Okay, and the last one I'm going to leave you with is to practice at game pace. And this is probably something you've had coaches tell you over and over and over and over again. And there's a reason for it. You will play the way you train. And if you really want to help your football IQ, it's no good to train at a mild pace that's not going to prepare you for situations in matches. When you're practicing your skill moves, you practice them to the best of your ability. When you're practicing turning or anything else, you practice everything involved with that. You do it to the best of your ability. When you're in your practices, you want to be coming out of those looking back and saying, I gave 100% in that practice. I treated it like a game situation. For example, if you're doing passing drills, you can pretend that you have opponents around you by making sure you're glancing over your shoulder instead of just receiving it, playing it back, receiving it, and playing it back. Make things as game-like as you possibly can. Simulate game-like experiences in your training, and you will be so much more prepared when it comes time for you to actually do these things in matches. All right, guys, so those are just 5 tips that are going to help you improve your football IQ. Of course, there are other things out there you can do, and if any of you have any suggestions for anything else that we can try in order to improve our football IQ, and I didn't mention it already in this video, please put it in the comments so we can all take a look at it. I will be in the comments to read all your comments and to make some of my own. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like and share the video, and you subscribe if you haven't already to Simply Soccer. I will put 2 videos up on the screen so you can continue learning. And by the way, guys, if you have not already gotten my free ebook, Game Changer, make sure you get it. There is a ton of great, useful information in that book that's going to help you improve your game, improve your skills, and improve your soccer IQ. Actually, I have some information about that in the book as well. Again, absolutely free. Link will be in the description. Thanks, guys, once again for tuning into this video, and I will see you in the next one.